Welcome to episode 8 of the Ascension mini series here on podcast. Today we are talking about the nervous system. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous about it. Just kidding. All right, so today's intention for this episode is to help you become aware if you are in fight or flight, aka survival mode, most of the time or a lot of the time, and how to adjust it. Today's mantra is, I allow life to calmly move through me. I'll say it one more time in case you want to jot it down. I allow life to calmly move through me. So we now are trying to reprogram the nervous system because most of us are used to feeling stress at all times. I know a lot of people who can't sit still because their nervous systems are tweaking out because they feel like they need to be doing something. They feel like they're not doing enough. They feel like they can't calm down. A lot of people can't even sleep at night. Restless leg syndrome, like your body and your mind are really, they literally are run by your nervous system, at least in how they feel. And it's interesting because our reality is created from our subconscious mind, which means that it's not necessarily like the thoughts that we really are intentionally thinking. Like right now, the words I'm saying, it's the stuff that's going on in the back end, behind the scenes. That's what's controlling how we perceive the world. And it's also controlling our relationship with our body. So have you ever heard of the mind-body connection? It is so important. I mean, I teach bar, and that's a form of exercise that is so important to connect the mind and the body because it's all about being intentional with what you're doing with your body. But at a different level, they are so deeply connected to the point where it's not even our conscious thoughts that are impacting our bodies. Of course they are, but it's mostly our subconscious mind, which is the programming and the old stories that are in the backs of our heads that will control the way that we are feeling and showing up and responding in this day and age here, which is a lot of triggers here for the nervous system. And I do believe that we have been programmed from day one, since we were basically born, to be in reaction, aka survival, aka fight or flight mode. When you turn on the TV, you turn on the news, so many fear-based stories come through. And what do? We react, and it's like, oh my God. And your body and your mind, you start taking on these fears. And then as your subconscious mind starts to hold on to those stories and these fear-based thoughts and all of this that's coming from the media or wherever it's coming from, you're going to be in reaction mode a lot more because it's basically training your body to be scared and to react and to literally be at the receiving end of life versus the creating end of it. And that's always what I will suggest, is for you to be a creator in your life rather than a reactor. You can't be both. You can't be both. When you're in reaction mode, you can't be creating. When you're creating, you can't be in reaction mode. So help yourself by creating something. Create anything. Draw a silly picture on a piece of paper. Paint some paintings. Start a garden. What are you creating in your life? Maybe you're just writing words down in your journal every day. Maybe you're creating more knowledge for yourself when you're reading a book. Maybe, it could be anything. Do some arts and crafts. Get into your inner child and ask him or her what he or she needs or wants to do, literally for fun. This will help your nervous system because you're not in reaction mode, you are in creation mode, the opposite of what our subconscious minds kind of automatically want to do, which is control the surroundings and like make sure that everything is okay, and our bodies tweak out. And what happens when our bodies tweak out? Digestive issues, lack of good sleep. And honestly, like the digestion issues are huge. That impacts so many people, stomach problems, things like that. The connection that our tummies have to our brains is so intense. And when we are constantly just living in this way where it feels like we are like fighting, our bodies are literally not able to relax to the point where we can digest properly. And that is the parasympathetic nervous system not being, it's when your parasympathetic nervous system is basically, I guess, out of alignment or just not working to your benefit. It's working in a way that it's been trained to that now it's not working anymore. We are adults now. We need to take control and we need to move forward with grace and ease. And when we don't take control over our nervous system, when we don't train our minds, when we don't train our bodies, then everything else is just going to come in at you, and it's going to be a big reactive kind of life where you're just trying to fend off these people and these issues, and you just keep coming up against a wall time after time because you got to take the time to help yourself. If you want to have a healthier body, train your mind. Have a healthier mind. If you want to have a healthier mind, you got to have a healthier body. It's all connected. And when it comes to the spiritual side, because of course we have mind, body, soul, where does that come into play? Our spiritual side is where we should seek guidance of what to do to help ourselves. It's our intuition. It's our highest self. It's our spirit guides. It's our angels. It's our ancestors. All of these entities and all of these ethereal types of things that live within us and around us are here to support us. And when we ask them for help, even in regard to our nervous system, they want to help us. So when you listen, maybe there's a little message that you've been hearing of, you've been waking up a little extra early, maybe you should go for a run or go for a walk or maybe do some stretching, but you're too lazy and you haven't done that. Maybe it's time to start doing the things that your highest self has been telling you to do in order to help the nervous system. When your brain feeds you these fear-based thoughts, which are in the subconscious programming, your body's going to feel the effects of that. And your body is going to hold on to these pains and these traumas that are unresolved just because it's this automatic system that's happening without your control. But we're going in there here today and really taking control. If you're ever at a point where you're feeling like you're frantic in the day, take some breaths. This is what I'm telling you here today, is really be conscious of your breathing. When was the last time you were at work or eating dinner or whatever it is, and you stop and you notice your breath? How deep does your breath go? Does it go into your belly or does it stop barely into your lungs? Really take notice, because once you start noticing, you can actually bring in more breath and you can lighten up the load that you've been carrying through calming the body, which calms the mind, which calms the nervous system. It is all very much interrelated. And obviously, when your digestion is off, that is not pretty for anyone, and that is very uncomfortable. And it's interesting that it doesn't necessarily stem from exactly the foods that you're eating. It might be, but a lot of it stems from the stressors that you are feeling while you're eating. So your body's not actually able to properly move it through your intestinal tract and all of that jazz. Again, that's not pretty for anyone. So move your body, stretch. Kundalini it's changed my nervous system. So what's really cool about Kundalini, or any exercise that really challenges you to, your heart rate goes up, your breathing intensifies, it actually trains your parasympathetic nervous system to work for you, so you can decide when to be in rest and digest mode. You can decide to be in fight or flight mode if you need to be. It's not just a constant fight or flight that you are feeling. It will be more of your control when you actually train your nervous system, which is doing some things like deeply breathing and certain poses. You can do Kundalini with me every single morning this month, March 2021. And every Monday morning at 8 a.m., I will take you through Kundalini. I'll take you through some breathing, some meditating. This is free. Send me an email for the Zoom link, hello@cassiedesaro.com. And you can just come on in and and take advantage of this practice that I want to share because it has changed my nervous system. And that is huge. I mean, that along with me quitting coffee has helped. I have been off of coffee and caffeine for like 4, 5, 6 months now. I don't miss it at all. And my nervous system is thanking me. My adrenals and my endocrine system is like my body, my mind, like every part of me, which is mostly like that nervous system, it is so much calmer because I actually bring in the stress into my body, if that makes sense. Like when I'm pushing it, I control the amount of stress I take on, and then I release it, and then I'm good. Doing Kundalini every day has really helped my nervous system. So join me on Mondays if you want, and have that mindfulness every single day with your breathing, because this is going to help you immensely when you are aware of your breath. So deepen your breath. And when you feel like an anxiety attack or anxiety is coming on, really take a moment, plant your feet on the ground, feel grounded, start breathing into your body, and say, I allow life to calmly move through me. Or start feeding your brain the idea that you are safe, because you are safe. When you are in fight or flight mode, that is your subconscious mind saying, I'm not safe right now, but you are safe. So start ingraining that into your brain so you can, at a nervous system level, start to shift into a higher state of consciousness, into a higher state of being, so you're not stressed out all the time. Learn your triggers too. If you have people in your life that are constantly pressing your buttons, maybe create boundaries with those people. Maybe cut them off depending on who they are or what your relationship is. Know your triggers and know how to navigate them. Of course, you want to do inner work so you don't necessarily feel triggered all the time. But if there's certain people that really literally tweak your nervous system out, figure that out. Maybe set some boundaries and pull yourself away a little bit energetically, so you're not constantly feeding them all of your energy, depleting you of this life force energy that you really need to have a really nice life. So yeah, create, stretch, move your body. Keep in mind that your mind is your body and your body is your mind. It's all connected. No matter what you're doing for your mind, your body is feeling it. What you're doing for your body, your mind is feeling it. Really, really important. Tap into your spirit. Tap into your spirit guides. They will tell you what you need. They will tell you what you need, not what Sally over there needs, not what Susan over there needs. It's what you need. That's why it's important not to necessarily go looking out on social media. Look inward. That's what I like to preach and practice is, what do I need? Not what is she doing? What is he doing to help themselves? It's great to find inspiration there, but really tune in to figure out what you need to do to adjust, to feel more at peace, and to calm the nervous system, to allow your body to digest properly, and to live in a very content, stress-free or less stressed kind of way. Even a little bit of less stress is amazing. So when you are out of alignment, your mind and your body are disconnected. It's kind of just like, all right, I'm only going to work out and I'm not going to really focus on anything that's going on in my mind. Okay, your body's doing some good, but your mind's also feeding you your body. You know, that's exactly how anxiety attacks happen, is you start to feel a little ping in your chest. Your mind goes, oh God, I'm going to have an anxiety attack. Your body's like, okay, I'm going to have an anxiety attack. And it happens. So you don't want to harness that anxiety. You don't want to keep cultivating that anxiety. You want to do the opposite, obviously. So really use the mantra, I allow life to calmly move through me, and the mantra, I am safe, or I am safe in my body, because that at a nervous system level will help you if you really start to believe it, if you really start to use it, and you really start to use your breath and be in the body. Really ground into your body, because you are safe, you are supported, you are divinely supported and loved at all times, no matter what. So with that said, I think I spit out everything I needed to today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope it helped you in some way. I hope that you join me too on Monday mornings. Again, hello@cassiedesaro.com. And I will catch you on the next episode of Podcasts.